Court calls the case of the Felicia Couchman versus Sean Perry. Your name?
Felicia Couchman?
Sean Perry.
All right. And it's a health hazard, and it's your case.
Correct. It's the home is in my name. He's been living there with me. He's had a lot of drug use, and there was a lot of paraphernalia and drugs. And on December 6th, I came downstairs and there were needles and drugs, and he was passed out. I was able to get him to come to. Later in the day, I could not get him to come to. I had to call an ambulance.
Okay. Sir, what's your position on having to move out of the premises?
Well, Your Honor, I've since gotten in treatment with the doctor and nurse. We've lived together for more than 10 years now, and I was hoping that we could resolve some of the differences and move forward. We don't have any conflict at home as of now, other than the past year. I'm basically, I did call to legal services to get some advice legally, and I'm waiting for a call back. And so I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, see what I need to do.
Okay, folks, this one is serious. We begin with a violent courtroom scene. Sean Perry versus Couchman. She says a house belongs to her, but has converted it into a drug den. Heroin needles and a man who is almost dead on her floor on December 6th. Felicia claims that this is more than mere eviction survival, so I had to call an ambulance once she finished playing nurse. To be clear, she wants to get rid of the man who lives in her house.
You do not have a place to move?
No.
So if I grant her a judgment, and you have to move out by February 3rd, you can't do that?
No, I really don't. I mean, I've put a lot of money and time into the property. I haven't talked to anybody about it. I haven't had a chance to talk to and get any legal advice. I don't really know what my position is.
I'm presuming since you were there for 10 years, there's some personal relationship is between the two, right?
There hasn't really been a romantic relationship for a while, but we've been living together.
Got it.
And he hasn't been working because he was having issues. He did work in the summer, but he didn't. It went to the usage.
Did you get into inpatient?
I did go into the emergency room. And, I'm not inpatient, but I'm.
Hey, sir, let me just ask you this. What other treatment are you receiving at this?
I'm getting Suboxone through the doctor.
Pay attention. I've lived there for 10 years, but Sean's side doesn't clean it up much. He's stammering vaguely and talking about treatment without doing anything. But love, long-gone conflict, oh yeah, buried under years of addiction. Sean acknowledges that he's not even in a formal program. He's just taking Suboxone and a few urine tests, which aren't recovery. He's still holding on to the hope that they can work it out, but Felicia is running out of patience and dying time.
Are you in a program?
No, I'm not in a program. but I am being urine tested.
Yeah, but I get it. Okay, I hear you. But you also understand what she's really trying to say to you. And what
I do.
And that is that she can't do that. And she can't do this anymore. That's what she's saying to you.
I appreciate the efforts that he's making with the Suboxone, but I just keep going through the same things over and over again for years.
Pardon? I didn't hear your last one.
I appreciate what he's trying to do with the Suboxone, because he was like self-medicating with methadone and then heroin. But it's a pattern.
Oh, yeah.
55 years old. He chased me to the neighborhood. Say peace. I want him to do well. He's killing me. Sorry.
When are you going to leave? Pardon?
So I was told by Felicia.
Things get raw now. The judge hears it all, and he snaps, "You're talking to me like an addict, and you're not answering my question." The court smells manipulation, and the judge has stopped entertaining it. Felicia's voice breaks as he chases her around the neighborhood. "He's killing me." She says she wants peace, not retaliation, not hate, just peace.
That we would work something out. We were working something out.
Hang on a second. Let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for a long time. You're talking to me like an addict. You're not answering my question. You're trying to direct the conversation in the way that you want it to go. Maybe, indeed, something can work out at some further point in time for her. You get that?
I do.
The thing is, it isn't about you now, except you getting out and then allowing her to make decisions and choices. If you get out and then she finds it within her to be able to accept you back in some way, some form, in some structure, that's her business. But right now, what she's telling you is you have to go. And while she didn't say this, I don't think she wants it to be in some fashion where the sheriff shows up and just starts dragging you out. I don't think she wants that. But you need, if you don't tell me when you can go and be out, I'm going to give you the 20. It's going to be real simple for me.
I think month would probably be reasonable.
Man, what do you believe?
And I'm open to giving him a month.
You're open to that?
For a month.
Okay. Here's what I'm going
He
to
has to be. He has to treat me cordially.
Pardon?
He has to treat me cordially. I'm living there in the home.
The gavel drops hard at this point. The judge tells Sean that it's time to leave, not later. She doesn't want the sheriff to drag him out any longer, but she's prepared if necessary. The judge says that it's about her now, not about you. Sean tries to purchase a month, but the court says that might be possible, but only if he earns it day by day and acts appropriately to leave.
He can't take this out at me, verbally or emotionally. I need him to be amicable.
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely.
I'm going to find no tribal issue. I'm going to grant a judgment for possession, no redemption amount to the plaintiff. And I'm going to structure the writ date this way. And that is that it may issue February 3rd. I'm not going to, the way the judgment's going to be laid out, I'm not giving the 30 days. That is going to be up to you. If you want to give him that 30 days, I've heard what you said and that you're amenable to it. But I also understand in dealing with addicts that if you give that, then that's sort of the floor. Right? And in essence, what you were telling me is that he has to do certain things. So, while being gracious and giving the 30 days, my feeling is, and the way I look at it, is he's got to earn it. And sometimes just earning that is the day-to-day of just treating you like you should be treated. And so what this does maybe, is it maybe shifts the power dynamic in a way, maybe. Because you probably felt powerless to try to deal with a lot of this stuff. So, if he doesn't treat you right, you can come down, just file the paper, and I have a good memory, so I'll remember and I'll sign off on that. You got to fill out a judgment for me, okay? And then if he doesn't treat you right, I'm not going to ask a reason. I'm not going to ask anything along those lines. I will be signing off on that writ of restitution to have him removed from the premises. Do you understand that, sir? All right. So what I might suggest, Ms. Lething, if you could get her a judgment so she has that filled out prior to her leaving the court. All right. Thank you.
Final assessment when power shifts. The judge gives Felicia possession, no redemption amount, no loopholes, and if he makes a mistake, I'll sign that writ without asking any questions. Felicia finally regained control, and the judge gives her the means to break this cycle. You felt helpless for too long, he says, adding that she now sets the rules and that if Sean makes a mistake, he's out of the game.